So burn rate describes what happens when someone invests a certain amount of capital, and now they've got basically a timeline to use that capital to fund their projects and get them to market. So you have an initial investment divided by the total of your expenses each month. Everyone should be knowing how long it's going to take for these projects to happen, how long it'll take for them to go into, and when they get a return, because everyone wants to know, how am I going to get a return, whether it's a loan, when are my payments coming, or my payments able to be satisfied. Same thing with investors, is they want to know when they're getting their return. For startups, they have an initial seed funding, so an initial pot of money. Sometimes they don't realize, projects can overrun or go way over time, and that's where they get themselves into trouble, where they're in negative bank balances. Now they're paying, overdraft. Now they're got lenders calling on them. So it's really important that they are able to forecast that and see how long they have, so that they can stay on top of their project and manage it tightly. Because once they're out of money, it's really hard to pivot yourself, and you're scrambling to find a new investor, or you're scrambling to find new funding really quickly, and it's maybe sometimes you get it at a bad rate because you're desperate, those kinds of things. So it can put you in a really bad position. The best thing to do is to have a budget. So to know first of all, what are your real expenses going out, because sometimes people don't look at those every month, or they just say, oh yeah, I'm fine, right? I have a big, 100,000, everything's gonna be fine. But then, salaries start coming out, all your subscriptions, your monthly subscriptions, all your one-time payments that are, you don't realize, or all the little things people don't realize start to go in there. And even for, 2-3 year tech companies, they don't realize that when they have a profit showing on their financials, they still may run into cash issues because they don't forecast the periods where the money isn't coming in, or not as much is coming in, or bigger expenses coming out one month, and they don't forecast that. So they run into it is part of burn rate, but it's also part of you just don't have enough cash in that 1 month. The other thing that's important is, as with burn rate, that you have a plan, right? So that you have a plan to manage your finances, and basically it ties into being able to create a roadmap for your company so that you know where you're going, because that's really important. If you don't know where you're going, it's like fumbling around in the dark and being blind. So it's important to know where you want to go so that you can get the pieces in place you need to achieve your goals and your dreams.